This is for the record. Nita and 4 of my grandchildren are burnt and shot up. Right on the road out of La Mora.
Perhaps the best description of what happened comes from Kendra Lee Miller. On the morning of November 4th, 2019, 3 mothers in 3 vehicles with 14 children between them set out from La Mora, a small family community in the mountains of northeastern Sonora, 2 of them to see the family in Chihuahua, and 1 of them to pick up her husband from the airport in Phoenix, Arizona. They never made it. They were ambushed by the Mexican cartels, shot, burned, and murdered in cold blood. These were innocent civilians, American citizens, simply trying to live peaceful lives. For 11 hours, their families all over Sonora and the Midwestern United States waited in fear and horror for the news of possible survivors. The first vehicle was found full of bullet holes and completely ablaze. Nita and the 4 of her 7 children she had taken on the trip were burned to mostly ashes, and only a few charred bones left to identify all 5 have been inside. It appeared that one tried to escape as the front door was open and the remains were partially in and out of the vehicle. On another part of the road, about 10 miles ahead, where Christina and her baby Faith in her vehicle and Donna and 9 children in hers, they were both fired upon from ahead, and Christina jumped out waving her arms to let the attackers know that it was women and children in the vehicles. She gave her life to try to save the rest. Dawn and 2 of her boys were also killed in the gunfire. After witnessing his mother and brothers being shot dead, Donna's son Devin hid his 6 other siblings in the bushes and covered them with branches to keep them safe while he went for help. When he took too long to return, his 9-year-old sister left the remaining 5 to try again. Devin arrived in Lamara at 5:30 p.m., 6 hours after the ambush, giving the first news anyone had heard of his and Christina's families. Devin's uncles armed themselves with guns and returned to try to find the hidden children, knowing many of them were injured. They didn't get far before realizing they would be risking death since there had been continual shooting for hours all over the mountains near Lamara. The group of men waited a while for reinforcements and around 7:30 found the hidden children. They found Christina's baby Faith in the vehicle around her, riddled with bullet holes. Somehow she had remained untouched and alive. She was in her car seat, which looked to have been hurriedly placed on the floor of the vehicle by her mother for protection. The search didn't end there. Mackenzie, the 9-year-old who'd gone for help, was missing. Soldiers who'd by then arrived and the men of Lamara and nearby towns searched for 2 hours in the dark until they found her around 9:30. The 5 of Donna's children who were injured were picked up by a waiting ambulance and treated at the local hospital until a helicopter sent by Mexican military came to pick them up. Their father, David, who had by then arrived from Tucson, Arizona, accompanied them to be life-flighted to another helicopter awaiting at the U.S. border, from there to be transported to Phoenix. Devin, his brother Jake, and Christina's baby Faith, all uninjured, were now in the care of their aunts and grandmas in Lamora. We lost 9 today. Right now, we are waiting for the morning, for answers, for justice. Dead. Christina Marie Langford Johnson. Shot dead, 19 days away from 32 years. Survived. Faith Marie Johnson, April 9th, 2019, 7 months old, was found in her car seat that seemed to be put on the floor by her mother to try and protect her, uninjured. Dead. Donna Ray Langford, June 19th, 1976, 43 years. Heather Harvey Langford, April 4th, 2008, 11 years old. Rogan J. Langford, February 19th, 2017, 2.5 years old, all shot to death. Survived. Kyle Evan Langford, 14 years old, shot in the foot. Devin Blake Langford, 13 years old, uninjured, walked approximately 14 miles to Lamora to get help after hiding his bleeding but living siblings in the bushes and covering them with branches. Mackenzie Renee Langford, January 12, 2010, 9 years old, grazed on her arm. Sent by her sister Kylie for help when Devin didn't return soon enough. Got lost and walked approximately 10 miles for about 4 hours in the dark before she was found by the search parties. Cody Grayson Langford, October 1st, 2011, 8 years. Shot in the jaw and the leg. His condition was worrying, but at last word, not critical. Jake Ryder Langford, May 22nd, 2013, 6, uninjured. Xander Bo Langford, June 4th, 2015, 4 years old, shot in the back. Brexon Oliver Langford, February 15th, 2019, almost 9 months, shot in the chest, open flesh wound, bullet graze on wrist. This is the location of the event near Bovisbe, whatever the pronunciation is. President Trump sent out a tweet. A wonderful family and friends from Utah got caught between two vicious drug cartels who were shooting at each other, with the result being many great American people killed, including young children and some missing. If Mexico needs or requests help in cleaning out these monsters, the United States stands ready, willing, and able to get involved and do the job quickly and effectively. The great new president of Mexico has made this a big issue, but the cartels have become so large and powerful that you sometimes need an army to defeat an army. Hello, folks. I am the old sergeant. I agree with President Trump that it is time to declare war against these Mexican cartels. The mass murder of women and children should be the final red line for us. The cartels have killed American citizens from time to time, but this was completely evil, vicious act. They continued to kill women and children when they knew they were just attacking women and children. It is time to stop these people. I agree with President Trump about bringing our troops home from around the world. These endless wars where we're mainly defending people who aren't interested in defending themselves. But in the case of the cartels, it's a clear and present danger. They're bringing drugs into the country. They're bringing terrorists into the country. They're bringing weapons into the country. They're involved in sex slaves, child sex slaves, every form of evil you can imagine. And the Mexican people. Mexico should be a very wealthy, thriving nation. They are rich in natural resources. They border two oceans. They should be in competition with us for who is the economic superpower of the world. And they're not, because of the cartels. I believe the president of Mexico secretly wants us to come in and finally get rid of these cartels. To have good relations, smooth relations with Mexico, with a thriving economy, to be our partners in North America. So we need to take action. Contact your senators and congresspeople. Tell them that you support President Trump should he decide to ask for a declaration of war against these cartels. Enough is enough. It is time that we end this and save many, many people's lives, both Mexican and American. I am the old sergeant. Stay vigilant.